we're going to do a box breath first. It's kind of like the 4-7-8 breath, a nice little entry point. We'll breathe in for 4 seconds, hold, breathe out for 4 seconds, hold, and we'll do that for a few rounds, going from like 4 to 6 seconds. And then after that, we'll learn a little solar plexus reset that you can do for yourself to kind of, you put a little pressure on your solar plexus and massage it a little. And it basically helps like for sacrum releasing, low back tension releasing, anterior tilt release or relief if it won't release. And then we will do a silent sit. We'll do a little walking meditation. For those at home, for walking meditation, you can walk kind of anywhere. You can walk around your room. If you just have, 3 feet by 3 feet, I challenge you to go real slow and just walk that little 3-foot square. People in here, you have a little more space. So I'll line everybody up and we'll just take a lap outside and come back. But that'll be kind of, unstructured walking meditation. So it'll be 5 minutes. You can set a timer if you want it. You're at home, walk around, come back to us. And then we'll do one more silent sit and the self-massage part of Doing Ho and a little visualization. So lots of things in a row. We'll do a little final bow together, and then I'll do a reading after that, and we'll close out with some reflections. And anybody can give feedback or say anything on their minds and things like that. At home too, if you'd like to share, I'll make it so you both can see each other and everybody can share if they want to. All right. So everybody get nice and comfortable. I'll ring the bell. We'll take a clearing breath, and then we'll do a box breath together. The invitation here, obviously none of you have to accept any of these plethora of invitations, but I like to provide them just in case they're nice. The invitation here is to pay attention to the pauses. Really notice when we breathe in, what does it feel like to hold that? When we breathe out, what does it feel like to hold that empty state at the end? There can be a lot of different things that come up for us at the bottoms and tops of breaths. I think for me, I sometimes remember things that I wouldn't expect, or sometimes I am more in my body or less in my body than I would expect, and it kind of reroutes me. So if you need to take a break or anything at any point, feel free. But yeah, I invite you to really dwell in the pauses there, and the kind of waiting, the listening. We'll take a clearing breath. Take a deep breath in. Let it all out. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. In. Hold. Out. Hold. Your breathing return to normal. And wherever you sit or lay, try to stop manipulating the breath at all. We've done a lot of structured breathing. Now just let it come in and out. Doesn't have to be slow or deep. Doesn't have to be any sort of way. See if you can just let your breath happen. Okay. We'll move into a little body work before our meditation. The first thing we'll do is part of the massage sequence, but sometimes I think is nice to have a little more instruction, so we'll do it separately first. And we've been sitting or laying down for a long time, so it's nice to offer ourselves some release at this point. This first one I'll explain first, and then we'll do it together. So this is a solar plexus reset. So our solar plexus, this is the bottom of my chest right here. This is where my scars are. So that's a good line for me to know. But if you don't have them, just the bottom of your chest, that's your sternum. And then if you go down a couple inches, there should be a little spot that dips a little. That's your solar plexus. So there's a little bone underneath your sternum called the xiphoid process. We don't want to touch that. We don't want to mess with that. You'll feel right here. It feels kind of hard and bony. So go under a little bit so you don't hurt yourself. And go, I'm only laughing at Max, nobody else. And go right there and just take a second to find your solar plexus. Let your fingers hover over the top, give it a little gentle massage. And so what we'll do, you can put your hands down for now if you'd like, is we'll press in and we'll hold this hand on top just to anchor our fingers, or if you're at home or here and you want to come up and grab something from me, you can use a little object if that's easier, right? If this feels weird on your fingers, you can just place something right there. So if you're here, don't feel shy. You can come up and grab something from me. But we are going to push right into our solar plexus. Take a nice deep breath. Feel our hand push against those fingers. Try to hold them there. And as we breathe out, let those fingers sink a little. So when we're doing this, we'll let our shoulders be relaxed. We'll try to really calm the body. And what this does is, I don't know if you guys can see, but I'll give myself a tilt, right? This is called lordosis. Excessive lordosis, I think, is when you're too straight up. And so in order to sometimes relax that, you can apply pressure to the solar plexus, and it kind of forces my butt to drop, forces my sacrum to kind of go back. And so you release your low back by doing this. And then another thing that's nice for this is it might feel a little tender there. We hold a lot of trauma, tension, we body armor a lot of the tops of our stomachs. A lot of times when we're really stressed, there's a part you can't stretch, and that's your solar plexus, because it just can really come in on itself. And so in releasing this, you give your body a second to not be armoring against itself, or armor against itself a little less, to put a little safety physically into your system. So we'll just do a few breaths like that. So put your hand right in your solar plexus. I'll do this to cover my own hand. Go down 2 inches. Yeah, there you go. And we'll take a deep breath in. Let it out slow. Let that hand sink a little. Another deep breath in. Let it out slow. See if you can sink just a little more. Then take a few natural breaths at that pressure. Relax the shoulders, arms. Take one more big inhale and let it out slow. Then slowly bring your fingers out, nice and gentle. If that felt good to you, that's something you can kind of do anytime. That didn't feel great, you don't have to pay attention to that one. But I really like it. It works for me. Um, and it's great to do in partners. If anybody wants to, maybe I'll make a video for people online, but if anybody after wants to learn how to have somebody help you do that, it's really nice because you lay down on your back, somebody just puts a little pressure into your solar plexus and you breathe. And then when you stand up, you're kind of like glassy eyed. Like it's just like, whoa, feels a little, I don't know, like you turn into a marble. That's how I feel. So it's really nice. But that's a solar plexus reset. I wanted to give you instructions for